안녕하세요 여러분들. 저희는
동남아시아 남자들
입니다.
yes,
And welcome
wow.
once again to another Ask Limpeh.
Since when?
I don't know, man. It's been 1 year since we've been doing Ask Limpeh, right?
When was the last time we did it?
Oh, the last time was over there
it was actually
in the
here.
coffee bin. Today we're right here again at Myeongdong Cathedral, the oldest and most beautiful cathedral here
But we're making
in
noise
Seoul.
in front of it.
We're not making noise, we're making a healthy discussion.
So we are
like
going
that.
to talk about what?
Softly. 아니 총으로 우리 모르는 세운 구독자분들에게
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
아니 그 본인 소개 한번 부탁드립니다. So those are
tiring.
because since the last time we met, our channel has grown by almost 50%. So half of our subscribers right now don't know who the fuck are you. Okay, so we need to introduce you once again.
Am I not famous? I mean, they don't go back to retrieve all the previous videos.
Do you? Do you retrieve?
Of
do you
course
go
I
back?
don't.
Of course,
I don't look at myself. I look at myself in the mirror every morning.
No, I mean, when you are subscribed to a new channel, do you actually go back and watch their old videos? You don't, right?
Yeah, I do actually.
You do?
It depends on the subject. Like if lately I am actually very hooked by this law of attraction, so I keep watching a lot of video clips. I could look quite good there. By the way, my name is Alan. I'm from Penang. I'm not from Singapore.
He's Malaysian,
But I love Singapore.
and he looks and speaks Korean and everything.
Just like him, but slightly better, I think.
Yeah, his Korean is way better than mine. How long have you been here in Korea?
Since 2016, July 2016, yeah.
It's just the third year. Oh, so
This is
I'm
my third year.
older than you then.
You are older than me,
Oh, I'm older
But-
than you here in Korea.
but I have a stable job. Which you
Oh,
don't.
okay. So he works here. The interesting thing about Alan is that he actually works here in Korea. I don't work here, so I'm
not
missing out
illegal.
50. I miss out on. I'm not illegal, by the way. I'm missing out 50% of the authentic Korean life experience that he has in his work. And not only that, Alan is actually a very famous TEDx speaker as well. Here I linked his video, TEDx speaker, linguist. Oh, and most of all, the president of the Malaysian Association of Korea also.
Yeah,
Korea.
but I kind of happen to be role model for many people, but not really myself, because I kind of like feel a little bit upset lately
Oh, why are you upset?
because I'm 40 this year.
Hey, Limpeh passed my 40 don't know how many years ago.
You have Limbu, I don't have anybody. You see, I'm always alone.
So is this a public appeal?
This is not a public appeal, but if you want to drop me a message, you feel free to do that. Yeah.
Okay, anyways, today we have one question, and this is a big question, okay, from Mr. Tang, okay? And this question can only be answered by you. Again, a lot of people are interested in you, not me, okay?
Because I'm the spokesperson of your video clips. You are just the production manager. I don't know.
Maybe. But the thing is, people are interested in your lifestyle more than mine. Because
okay.
my lifestyle look like it's impossible for most people. I don't know
Because
why.
you kind of have a married life right now, which is not really appreciated by many people out there.
Hey, but anyway, question is this. Is Alan okay, from Mr. Tang, is Alan okay with the challenging work environment of Korea? Okay, this is the question, but before that, I mean, let me qualify this question first. First of all, as a foreigner, do you think the work environment in Korea is actually challenging?
It's very challenging. Actually, it's very challenging because a lot of things are actually moving very fast.
See, and still a lot of foreigners are thinking of coming here to work and live, because to them you have to work to live, which in my world is not true, okay? But most people believe in that. Okay, so you have to work.
I would actually say that most, if not all, I would say a vast majority of Koreans don't like foreigners.
No, but the thing is, first of all, okay, whether or not they like foreigners is another thing. Now,
The work
okay,
itself, yeah.
Do you think work in Korea as a foreigner is challenging?
It's very challenging.
And in what way?
I think in terms of the creativity, because South Koreans are very creative and
So, wait. South Koreans are creative. Now,
Yeah,
a lot
creative.
of us would never tag this word creative with anybody in Asia, right? Like in Asia, like Chinese,
I would say
Koreans, and
Used to be
Japanese.
very creative, like
Like-
Japanese.
Yeah.
Because we know
Yeah,
many.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
sad to say that
Yes.
many people would actually label Chinese as
Copycat,
copycats. You see. But
Mm.
Japanese, I think they are also one of the biggest copycats in the world. Japanese, they learn a lot from the West.
Yes.
And they reapply
They
it.
innovate.
Correct. They
innovate.
innovated. So
Yes.
I would think that they are very much creative.
Oh.
Yeah, and Koreans as well.
Okay. So how is that become a challenge? How is that a challenge?
because you always you are always asked to give your ideas, tell your boss what you think about this particular project, and then what do you actually have to do, what do you actually want to do. And in many cases, I find my knowledge being raised in Malaysia, right? I don't really know many things.
You think you've waken?
Yeah, it's like my knowledge is actually quite limited. Although I may speak better international language than many of them, but my knowledge is very limited. Like
In terms of what?
Like South Korean, right? Even the female employee who doesn't really do sports, but she will know names of famous golfers, which I don't.
So
They will know.
they have more general knowledge. That
very
means
much.
they read up things that are irrelevant in their immediate life more than you do.
Exactly.
Okay. So that means you're saying that.
These actually help them to create a lot of things.
Right. So a much broader sense of general
Like
knowledge.
the other day, there's a new word that I just learned. I mean, sad to say that I don't know that because I always say, I always use another term to express it. One of my staff actually got how do you call it? Chili-bidit, got stomach ache, and then she was throwing out. So she went to see a doctor, and the doctor said norovirus.
What the?
Exactly.
What the
Exactly.
fuck
You
is-
don't know, right? But I tell you what, every Korean knows norovirus.
그게 뭐야?
Food poisoning. They know the name of the virus. It's like if you get this virus, right? that
It's
means-
just food fucking poisoning. Why the hell do we have to call it some kind of virus, right?
I don't know. So
Okay.
when I say it, right, a lot of my interns, like juniors in the office, are like, oh, 식중독이야.
식중독
Correct.
하잖아.
But when she mentioned that, the doctor said it's norovirus, and then everyone understood it except me. I quickly, in front of other people, right, I quickly had to pull up my mobile phone, go neighbor. What the fuck is it? Oh, okay. 그래요? Then I immediately have
But down here, right, there's a tip here. If you want to learn Korean language properly, right, don't use other translators. Don't skip that Google translator. Download Naver Dictionary. That is very accurate. Okay, let's go.
Even if you want to do like translation, right? Google Translate is actually not the best.
Yeah,
For Korean
yeah.
language, it's Papago.
Yeah,
Use
Papago. Yes, Papago is for real-time translation. But if you want to look up the deep meaning of each word and
Naver.
stuff, Naver Dictionary. Okay, these are the two things even I use today. Okay, cool.
And then, in a way, you also need to really understand the hierarchy. Whichever
Okay.
company you go to, you need to understand the hierarchy. The way you
How is
call
that? So how
different.
is that challenging?
Sometimes you will have to judge whether, because your boss asks you to tell me what do you think about this one, you need to know whether you are going to tell him 100%
Okay.
or 90%.
Okay, this is something very interesting because for most of us, Western-oriented viewers, our viewers are mainly Western-oriented from the US and from Singapore. Western-oriented thinking. Okay, so when the boss asks us for opinion, shouldn't we just like give them what we know best? You know, is that not the case?
It really depends on the situation. If this is a one-to-one situation and when you are actually talking to just your boss,
Yes.
with just two of you within the same meeting room, right? Then you may actually give him 99%. But I always suggest that you don't give 100%. You always leave 1% to yourself.
But why are we
to make
not
yourself
supposed to?
to make yourself useful.
Okay, how does that make you useful?
Because decision the decision is not made immediately most of the time. So that means they are always looking for improvement, looking for enhancement, better ideas. So if you think there are 100 things that all will definitely work for this particular project, you don't say 100 all of them. You give maximum 99.
Well,
Unless
that's
you have to
new.
keep the best to
I hope
yourself.
your boss not listening to this.
Well, and my boss is actually a very open-minded person, and then my sister is a very kind person. They are very lovely people in the world, so it doesn't matter because I will tell them the same thing.
Never mind, I will or what you just said anyway, so it's fine. So they think you're cursing at them. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, and try not to overshine other people.
Okay, this is very interesting. What do you mean by not overshining people?
Not overshining people, meaning to say that when you are asked to give two ideas, right, then you give two ideas.
That means you don't
Leave other people a chance to say something. Because at the end of the day, boss is the one who will give you instruction, and then he is not always the one, or in most cases he is not the one working directly with you when you are executing the project. So you have co-workers. You always have to remember those co-workers, right? First of all, South Koreans are not like the proudest people in the world. They are not. So especially when it comes to a foreigner in front of a foreigner can speak Korean. So it does make them feel a little bit
Intimidated.
a little bit.
Okay.
I wouldn't say a lot, a little bit. Younger people may not really think so, but slightly my senior or people in my around my age, like late 30s or early 40s, right? They may think a little bit differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
No, these are all the challenges. I wouldn't say the work itself is very challenging because you have a lot of paperwork to do, and then the email is actually very long-winded. They're always
and the emails are all in English or?
No, in Korean.
In
Korean, it's very long-winded.
Which means that if your Korean is 6:30, okay, you're gonna have a very hard time working in Korea. So that if you're a foreigner and you're watching this and you're thinking of coming to Korea to work and live, like really, like he always said before, the first thing you always do, really just get your Korean down.
Yeah, if you don't get your Korean down right, yeah, possible. If you're a director, if a CEO, CTO, CFO, that's completely different story. Then you work for a global, company like Microsoft.
And if the thing is, if you're working at that level, you don't get to choose if you come to Korea.
Yeah, you just come to Korea.
You get no. You get posted to wherever the company needs
that's
you.
True, that's true.
It's unlikely that you can choose to come.
It doesn't mean you have full freedom or more freedom. It doesn't mean that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's always a price to pay for it.
Yep. So yeah, after after knowing all these challenges and been going through these challenges for 3 years, what do you think today? Like, is this still where you want to do to work and live?
My life is actually a little bit upside down because when I graduated from high school, right, most of my friends actually went into college, university. I started working. I had a diploma, but it's a very, very, very short-term diploma, and it doesn't really help me in my professional life. So my life is actually upside down. There are things that I want to experience. Like my friends, they went to university. I want to experience university lifestyle, but it's a bit too late for me because
it's not too late.
No. But the thing is, I have to put in effort.
Yep.
I am lazy to really open up a book to study a subject
and then memorize and then do tests and then do group project. That's the worst thing.
Exactly.
That's the worst thing. Doing group project is the worst thing.
Write thesis. So I find it a little bit challenging right now because I have work to do. And then I always want to experience that because people say, oh, Korea is like, hell Joseon.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of pressure lah, OT lah, and all those things lah. I want to really, really experience that to the end.
I experienced that,
until
man.
I want to give
It's
up.
crazy. 2 years of schooling in Hanyang University, man. We're talking about all night long study, all night long. Okay, we come together and we study all night long. Okay,
So
crazy.
far, I think I'm actually quite lucky because my company is very, very nice.
Okay.
It's quite lucky. So, by the way, if you, I tell you guys what, let's forget about US, let's forget about Europe. Southeast Asia is the next best destination for Korean companies. Southeast Asia. If you are from Vietnam, if you know a lot about Indonesia, these two countries in particular, you can come to work in Korea. You stand a higher chance. I would say you stand a higher chance. Forget about China because you can never beat Chinese. Don't worry about that. Japanese, Korean can handle that. No problem. Vietnamese and Indonesians. If you are very good about Vietnam and Indonesia, right, you stand a much, much, much higher chance.
How about Americans? Like right now,
No,
about 50% of our subscribers are Americans, and some of them wants to come here and live and work.
Too bad. Sorry. No.
No,
I don't really think Americans. I mean, right now, sorry to say that in the eyes of many South Korean companies, right, America is not really very attractive anymore.
Okay. Yeah, because almost 100% of my American friends here in Seoul, they work as English teachers. And
Yeah,
seriously, as an English teacher, being a teacher in US may sound like something high class, but here in Korea, being a teacher is one of the lowest class things you can do in society.
I wouldn't say lower class lah, but the thing is, your life it's very weird lah. And then many of them they don't really do things.
The thing is, you don't.
It's challenging, and then it's very demotivating.
And you don't get any respect. Quite honestly, from society,
Because
you don't get any respect.
People will think that you come to teach English just simply because you were born white lah.
Yeah, and
Many
you have no
people actually have that
choice.
concept.
You
Many
you can't find a proper job. You don't have a proper life. That's why you're here.
You
That's
don't
what
need
they
to sleep
think.
with-
Okay.
Sleep with Korean ladies.
Yes.
A lot of people have that concept.
So yeah, this is how it is. Okay, we're not judging, but we're just sharing our experience. 3 years, 4 years here. Take what you want to, bash us for over things that a lot of people they bash. What do we say, right? are people who have never been here in the first place.
Because they dream about this Korean dream,
No.
American dream. So many people went to America in the 80s. They regretted one.
Oh, it's true.
So I wish all the Vietnamese and Indonesians the best in 2019. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's wrap this up. Hana, 2, 6, say, say. Hana, 2, 6, say, pomani pada sayo.